The fertilizer aisle just may be the most confusing aisle in the entire hardware store. So many different bags, so many different colors, so many different labels, so many different numbers. How do we know where to begin? You have your tomato and vegetable food. You have your herb and leafy green food. You have your berry food. You have your fruit and nut food. And if you bought all of these different flavors of fertilizer, do you know what else you have? A lighter wallet, because you just got ripped off. That's because fertilizer companies are bamboozling you. They are selling you the exact same ingredients in different color packages. And on today's video, I'm going to expose this dirty little trick so you never fall for it again.
If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and check out my Amazon store and Spreadshop links in the video description for everything I use in my garden and awesome custom apparel and gear.
Fertilizer packaging can be so confusing it can make your head hurt. I mean, here we have tomato and vegetable food, and we have herb and leafy green food. Do I really need to give my tomatoes and vegetables a different fertilizer than my herbs and leafy greens? And over here, things get even more confusing. We have all-purpose plant food, but then we also have annuals and perennials. Aren't all plants either annuals or perennials? Isn't this just another way of saying all-purpose? And then you have the constantly shifting NPK ratios. You have 456, 446, 544, 545, 354, 546. Do any of these numbers even matter? Well, the answer is kind of yes and also kind of no. On every bag of fertilizer, you will see 3 numbers separated by 2 dashes. This is called the NPK ratio, and in this case, it is 545. And this NPK ratio loosely describes the content of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium on the periodic table of elements. They are the 3 macronutrients that plants use to metabolize. Conversely, by humans, our 3 macronutrients are fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. And each of these 3 elements are responsible for a unique part of the plant's metabolism. N, or nitrogen, is responsible primarily for leafy green growth, the growth of leaves, stems, and branches. P, phosphorus, is mostly responsible for the development of roots, flowers, and the fruit set process, whereas K, potassium, that is responsible for overall cellular health, cellular reproduction, and the metabolic health of the plant. So it's important that all plants have all 3 necessary elements in abundance so their life processes go off without a hitch. So when you see the ratio 545 printed on a bag, that means that 5% of the total weight of this bag is total nitrogen, 4% of the total weight of the bag is available phosphate, and the other 5% is the total amount of potash available in this bag. We loosely call that the NPK ratio colloquially. And that's because it sounds a whole lot better than the nitrogen phosphate potash ratio. So does the ratio that we give plants actually matter? Does different ratios affect different plants differently? Well, yes, it can. For example, this head of escarole right here, we harvest it for the leafy greens. So because of that, primarily we only need to give this plant nitrogen. Yes, it does need phosphorus, and yes, it does need potassium because it still has to grow strong roots and it still has to divide cellularly and grow. It needs a strong, healthy metabolism, so it still needs P and K, but overwhelmingly you can give them a mostly nitrogen-based fertilizer like your Alaska fish fertilizer 511, and it should have everything this plant needs to give you nice big heads of leafy greens. So if you're growing lettuce, if you're growing escarole, if you're growing spinach, something like this fish fertilizer with a 511 NPK is mostly all that you would need to give the plant. It should have pretty much everything it needs to grow nice big heads. But if you were to give something like a pepper plant or a tomato plant or a fruit tree nothing but this, chances are you would have very poor yields because there isn't enough phosphorus or potassium in terms of a ratio in here to actually influence the blooming and fruiting cycle enough. So if all you were to give your tomato plant or pepper plant is fish fertilizer, you would probably have really large, big, green, lush plants, but they would bloom and fruit very poorly. You'd have yourself beautiful tomato and pepper bushes, but very few fruits. So if you're the type of gardener that likes using these water-soluble synthesized chemical fertilizers in your garden, choosing the wrong ratio can actually significantly impact your plants because they are so darn strong. For example, this Miracle-Gro All-Purpose, this has an NPK ratio of 24:8:16. It has 3 times the amount of nitrogen as phosphate, so it's really a strong nitrogen-biased fertilizer. Meanwhile, something like this Blossom Booster has a ratio of 10:30:20. It has 1/3 of the amount of nitrogen as it does phosphorus. So if this is all you're giving your plants, if you're growing a tomato or pepper and giving them nothing but Miracle-Gro All-Purpose, you'll probably have very tall plants that look very nice and are bushy, but have suboptimal blooming. Yet, if you were to give them nothing but this Blossom Booster, don't be surprised if you have very, very short, stocky plants. They'll probably bloom and fruit like crazy, but they won't be of adequate size. Giving them something more numerically balanced like this J.R. Peters 20-20-20, where it's effectively a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio of nitrogen to phosphate to potash, will probably give you, generally speaking, the most acceptable results, where you get good growth on the plants, but also adequate flowering and fruiting. In fact, when we get our very heavy rains here in the summer on the southeastern coast of North Carolina, and sometimes the rain is so hard it washes out my raised garden beds and containers, I'll have to give them an emergency feeding of blended 20-20-20 and Alaska fish fertilizer, because these have already been broken down chemically, so the plants can immediately uptake them. So if you have deficiencies in your plants due to poor weather, these are a really good way that you can actually rescue them and give them a little boost. And these effects can be even more dramatic if you start using the raw refined ingredients like this urea nitrogen, which is 4600, triple phosphate, which is 04660, or potash, which is 0060. These are so strong that if you misuse them, you can really affect the performance of your plants, both for better or for worse. But what about these organic chemical fertilizers? Is there any difference between this tomato and vegetable fertilizer with a 4:5:6 NPK ratio and this herb and leafy green fertilizer with a 4:4:6 NPK ratio? And of course, the answer to that question is no. No, there's no difference at all. It's all just trickery, marketing, bamboozlement, and I can prove it. Let's take a direct side-by-side comparison of the tomato and vegetable food to the herb and leafy greens food. Here you can see the NPK ratio of the tomato, and you can see the NPK ratio of the herb and leafy green food. And while all of the numbers are relatively close together, you can see that there are a few differences. But if we read the ingredients, we see that the tomato food is derived of poultry manure, seabird guano, fish bone meal, sulfate of potash, soybean meal, crab shell meal, and shrimp shell meal. If we look over to the herb and leafy greens food, you will see that is made of poultry manure, seabird guano, sulfate of potash, soybean meal, fish bone meal, crab shell meal, and shrimp shell meal. Even crazier yet, if we go over to the all-purpose plant food, we will see that that is derived from poultry manure, soybean meal, seabird guano, sulfate of potash, fish bone meal, crab shell meal, and shrimp shell meal. Literally all of the fertilizers on this table right here have virtually the exact same ingredients. The only thing that changes is how much they are weighing the ingredients, because slight changes in those ingredients will impact the NPK ratio. So all of these fertilizers contain all of the same stuff, they just shift the amounts around in different concentrations to slightly change the numbers on the bag, and then they just put a new color and a new image on the front and sell it to you like it's some kind of different fertilizer. But in reality, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. Now, if these were very strong, water-soluble, synthesized, man-made fertilizers, then it really, truly would matter, because those numbers, those concentrations, can be so strong, and the ratios can change so dramatically that you do have to be careful what you buy. But all of these numbers, they're virtually the same. They're just 1 or 2 off from each other. It's all the same stuff. These are all-purpose fertilizers at the end of the day. They're all complete organic chemical fertilizers. So you can use any of these interchangeably. It doesn't matter which one you buy, just buy the one that is the cheapest per pound every single time, regardless of the label on the bag. And to be 100% clear, this is not some kind of knock on True Organic. I'm not bashing this brand. I actually love their fertilizers. Their fertilizers have such good ingredients, they are such good quality, they're always packaged well, and they have some of the better pricing out there. I love their line of fertilizers. I just don't like all of the different color packaging and things like that to encourage people to buy multiple products and spend more money. But at the end of the day, every single brand is doing this. It doesn't matter if you get the store brand, a name brand, they all do it. And it is actually worse in most cases with organic fertilizers than it is with the synthesized fertilizers, because they're usually in boring off-color bags and they don't really attract your attention. These are really made to be beautiful and stand out on the shelves. So when you buy these organic fertilizers or any kind of fertilizers, as long as they have all three NPK numbers well represented and fairly close together, and they're made from quality ingredients, just get the one that has the lowest price per pound. And just to drive the point home, I bought all of these fertilizers with my own money. I spent almost $70 on 32 pounds of fertilizer just to make this video for you all. So I paid a little bit over $2.18 a pound for the organic fertilizers you saw on this table. I could have just bought a 50-pound bag of fertilizer and paid something like $1.16 a pound. I would have saved over $1 a pound had I just bought one single big 50-pound bag. And basically at the end of the day, I could just take all of these things and just dump them all in a big bucket and it'll all be the same. Oh, and by the way, you may have noticed that I referred to these fertilizers as organic chemical fertilizers. You see, organic fertilizers are rarely referred to as chemical fertilizers, but your water-soluble ones like Miracle-Gro constantly are. And it's total slander. It's a total lie, because all a chemical is a bonded element. For example, this glass of water is a glass full of chemicals. Aren't those chemicals good? So the next time you see someone refer to this as a chemical fertilizer, but not this as a chemical fertilizer, they either don't understand or they're purposefully trying to influence your behavior and scare you. All of these things are chemicals. It's not whether something is a chemical or not, it's how you use the thing appropriately and if the product you're using is the right thing for the plant you're growing. So my general rule of thumb when buying organic fertilizer is to just buy the largest bulk quantity bags that you can find for the cheapest per pound price you can find. And if you think that dealing with a 25 or 36 or 50 pound bag is going to be too heavy for you, don't worry. Just go to a big box store, buy a couple of these 5-gallon buckets and get a couple of lids, and then just take those big bags and parse them out into buckets, into weights that you can handle and that are easy to carry. Plus you'll have a handle that you'll just be able to carry around easily. And then after you do that, you can literally just stack the buckets on top of each other in a corner somewhere. So you can store hundreds of pounds of fertilizer that you get for relative pennies on the dollar compared to the smaller bags, and you can just store them and stack them in a way that takes up very little space and it's very easy for you to carry around and use. So while NPK ratios do matter, especially in the context of stronger man-made fertilizers and their raw ingredients, when it comes to these organic fertilizers, they usually don't, because they all contain, for the most part, the same ingredients, and because they're derived from organic raw materials, they all contain pretty much everything that plants need to grow, and the numbers tend to be very balanced and close together. So in that context, unless you're getting a very specific one that's skewed in a certain direction because you want it to influence or impact a plant in a certain way, it really doesn't matter which one of these you get, just get the one that is the best price per pound. So everybody, I hope you learned something useful from this video, and I hope you found it entertaining as well as informative. This is one of those common mistakes that often trips up a lot of newer gardeners. Even more experienced gardeners out there still make this mistake. So hopefully you got something out of it, and now that you know this, you won't be unnecessarily spending money. Things are expensive enough these days. We don't need a reason to spend more money than we need for the basics. So if you did find this video helpful, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also please ring the notification bell so you're notified when I release more videos like these. If you're curious about fertilizer deals, I'll place some direct links to some of my favorite fertilizers down in the video description that are sold in bulk, so you can get best pricing per pound shipped to your door. For everything else I use in real life in my yard and garden, that is all linked in my Amazon storefront. So expand the video description, click on the Amazon storefront link, and you'll see everything that I use in my yard and garden in real life. And while you're down there, check out my website, themillennialgardener.com, for all things gardening and custom merch if you want to support my channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see all of you again on the next video. We got Dale an extra special fresh baked dog treat from this super duper boutique dog store down in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. And they had their very own dog donuts, and this has carob chips with peanut butter chips and white chocolate or some kind of substitute. I'm not really sure, but Dale has been eyeing this up all day and he keeps walking by it. And I just know he's about to flip his lid. He's gonna flip it. All right, Dale, you've been a very good and patient boy. And look how patient he's still being. That's how good this Dale is. Okay, get it? Oh, there you go.
Oh, there he goes.
That's a nice big boy bite right there. What do you think about that, buddy?
Ooh, really?
That was something special.
Ooh, he likes.
Go ahead, bite. Oh, yeah! He's figuring out how to use his molars. Perfect. Oh, that was great control, Dale. Wonderful job, buddy. You'll probably make short work out of this, buddy. Excellent job, my friend. Compliments to the chef. Maybe we'll take you back to that store for one more for the road. What do you think?